Hi there, Alderman Doherty. This is Dr. Jones. I'm just calling to let you know I support your efforts, brother. Peace.
Edit, Kevin.
Oh, now I do.
No.
Yeah, no, yeah. So, anyways, guys, Life22 here. Kevin, just day after 4 COVID, which means 419, and today's 420. Just here with Jason.
Interesting.
Stuck here with Jay.
Nice.
Yeah, you like that? Yeah, 4 COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Here with Jason.
6 feet apart. We should probably be 6 feet apart.
I don't think it matters.
Okay.
So we've got Jason the Mechanic here. He hasn't been on the show in what? 2 years.
Oh my God, it's been a while.
2 years. Kept declining all of my offers to be on the Rock and Archie show.
Right.
Right, he says.
Mm-hmm. No, that's correct.
So we got cigarellos. Nice Dulce Vitas.
Yeah, you know, I was down in Vandalia with a buddy of mine today because got nothing else to do.
Yeah.
And I was checking out the flavored cigars and such, but I'm not a cigar guy, so.
Yeah, no, cigarellos are nice.
Not
If you get
really.
those,
If somebody has one, such as yourself, and it rolls across the table, well, I'm fine with that.
we got. Yeah, no. Yeah, these are good. These are good.
It's a little cold out here, though. It's a good thing it ain't windy. It's a nice day, though. It's a nice day. Beautiful. Beautiful.
It is a nice day. It's nice all day. Got a roof patched.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Got a roof patch. Got a few other things done today.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's a good day. Don't forget, stop by everybody. Our sponsor, as usual. Today is just PBR, but PBR is great because it's the common man's beer. So don't forget to go down Allegheny Redemption, see Uncle Tony, tell him Kevin sent you. Maybe he'll give you a discount, but his beer is already so bottom barrel prices, and it's great, delicious beer. You can't fucking beat it. So don't forget to see Uncle Tony.
Uncle Tony, putting a plug in there for Tony. Huh?
Yeah, oh yeah. So, but yeah, man.
What do you want to talk about, Kevin?
I kind of want to talk about recent events.
Oh yeah.
I'm actually really excited to talk about recent events
Like the barbecue.
Yeah, that's part of it. And then there was an old guy. It all started with some old guy. Comes up to me like last.
Your dad?
No, it comes up like last Wednesday at Home Depot wearing a respirator. I'm like 8 feet apart from anybody around me. This old guy with a respirator on comes up. You need to be wearing a mask. Like, came 2 feet from my face.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, dude, get away from me. Get the fuck away from me.
Yeah.
And then he's like, you need to. I was so angry about this the other day. Like, I was so angry I was getting hostile with anybody I talked to at Home Depot. So I'm like, I paid for my goods. I got the hell out of there. I had to go back. I had to get other supplies. Like, I drove further from my job site to go to work W. Smith and give Nate my business because it just. Everyone's always down to earth at work W. Smith. So.
Oh yeah.
But this.
That's like the only place I go. Not big on lumber, but everything else. Yeah, Nate's a good guy. I really don't have any. I'll say excited interactions with the public since this has been going on. I just kind of try and keep calm,
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's what the mask thing's about. People are just they just want to keep everybody calm.
It's just
if you're breathing your own air all day, there's enough CO2 in there, it probably calms you down and shit, so you're not the guy that's going to go start fucking
Right, like, yeah, they used to talk about
taking
the...
See, like you, when you get all loud and shit, like, they're worried you're the guy that's going to start the riots and shit, so they got to keep them calm, everybody else calm.
Yeah, no, because I definitely was, like, about to start a riot right at Home Depot that day. That guy gets in my face, you need to be wearing a mask. I'm like, you need to be stepping 6 feet away from me. I'm like, I can play these games, too. Like, I don't believe in any of them. The 6 foot rule, like, if I'm not making out with you in the store, I don't think you're going to catch, you got a 2% chance of catching what I got.
Man, if you are making out with you in the store, you probably still wouldn't catch you.
Probably not. But that's the thing, is they're sitting there like, so I don't subscribe to any of these rules, but I think that, like, the people that do need to follow them then, right? Like, the guy, you need to be wearing a mask, sir, and he's wearing a respirator, and he jumps from 8 feet to 2 feet from my face and starts telling me, gets right up in my face, and he's like, you need to wear a mask. And I'm like, listen, You need to back up 6 feet away. Like, I'm subscribing to all your stupid rules. I'm doing the thing that makes you not be a jerk off to me.
Yeah, but the thing is, that dude, like,
that was before
wants
the
to be
requirement.
that guy.
I know. It
don't matter what kind of rationale you got going on. Like, that dude wanted to yell at you.
Yeah.
He wanted to yell at you if it wasn't COVID. It's just now he's got somebody backing him up.
He's got an excuse, yeah.
Right.
He was...
so everybody's starting to tell each other what they really think.
Yeah. I mean, that might be a good thing.
Because they think COVID's got it back, you know?
Yeah, but the people that are the people that are coming out of the woodwork are already messing with the guys that is the real thing already. Like, we already tell people what we think.
Yeah.
We're already like, fuck you. Like, this guy, fuck you, that guy. Hey.
There's not really anybody that knows what I think. Not what I really think.
That's true. That's why you're here. We're gonna crack them onion layers, unpeel
really?
the onions.
Oh, no, you don't want to go there.
There's... Wonder what's in that onion.
Yeah.
Is it a pearl?
No.
Is it a little man in a clan suit?
Oh, yeah. Something ridiculous.
I bet you it's Gallagher.
I always pictured if I had like a window on the side of my head and you could look in there, there'd be this dim lit, dusty attic-looking room with an empty chair under this light bulb hanging from the ceiling, and it'd just have a note taped to the chair that said the light's on and nobody's home. You know?
Yeah.
Space for rent.
I feel like that's, every time I talk to you, I feel like that's what you think most people have in their heads.
Oh, I know that's what most people have in their heads.
But I can see you having like those empty heads on a log. And if you peel back that onion, inside is this guy, just like a Gallagher-looking motherfucker with the sledge-o-matic. Yeah, with the sledge-o-matic, just bashing those like empty, just cruising your way through like a big pile of empty skulls. Just bop, 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 bop.
Man, that escalated in a hurry.
It did.
Yes, it did. Better take it back a notch.
I know.
All right, so back to current events.
So this dude gets up in my face, tells me all that, and he goes, "Sir, you have to follow the rules." And I'm like, "I am following the rules. I'm staying 6 feet away from you. Why won't you leave me alone?" And I said, "If you're following the rules too, by the way, I'm essential. I'm holding plumbing parts. You just left the paint section to tell me that I need a mask. Okay? Like, you left the paint section. Like, you're leaving the paint section, and then you left
Did this guy do anything right?
No.
He did.
No. He left the paint section to tell me that. He's not even supposed to be out of his house in the paint section because he doesn't look like an essential construction worker.
No.
He's a dude in his, like, 60s.
It's kind of prejudice, don't you think?
What?
You said he doesn't look like a construction worker.
Well, not an essential one. He wasn't carrying plumbing tools. Why would...
Covers, no?
Well, okay, so let's say he's a construction worker.
I'm just being devil's advocate.
I know. But let's say he's a construction worker. He shouldn't be leaving the paint section with no other, you know what I mean? Like, if you want to follow all these essential rules, like...
Yeah, we know. But this guy wanted to yell at you, so now we got to get to the root of it. Why does he want to yell at you? It didn't have anything to do with your mask.
No, he had power. I don't know.
You realize he felt like that piece of being a young badass again. That's what that fucking guy was doing.
He's like, man, it's been a while since I retired as a merchant marine.
In his head, when he fucking turned around, it's like, I told that little bitch.
Yeah, went home and...
felt good. I ate TV dinner, and he enjoyed it that night.
Went home, started making his hungry man while yelling at his mother, who still lives in his home. He's 60, so his mom's got to be like, what, like 87, 95?
Right.
Sorry, we're going down to the... See, we're tripping down a rabbit hole.
Yeah, I know. So easy.
It is. Cigarillos are calming me down, though.
Yeah?
So...
I bet Mountain Dew doesn't calm you down, does it?
Mountain Dew?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
No. Probably not. No, my friend Brock, he drinks some Mountain Dew, man, and he bounces off the walls like...
It's too bad he couldn't have been here today.
I know. It would have been an interesting ad.
Brock the Snowman.
Yeah. No, it would have been an interesting...
Still coming up with a nickname for Brock. For the show. Everyone's got one. Jason
I
Mechanic.
mean, his name just says it all, man. I just call him Brock.
Brock.
Yeah. What did he used to say something dumb. You mix a breast with a cock or something like that. That's how his mom came up with his name. Something like that.
Cock in the breast milk?
I don't know. Is this show supposed to be PG?
No.
Oh, okay.
I actually checked the box. This is not for kids. They make you do that now through the Child Privacy Act, the COPA. COPA?
Should.
Yeah, well, listen.
You'll never subject anybody's kids to you.
Oh, you probably shouldn't.
No.
But no, the reason that it's all under the federal government for the CPPA or something like that. It's the Child Privacy Protection Act, and it was intended to stop people from gathering information from children or about children online, and to protect their privacy, was how they got away from getting pedophiles to stop like gathering information to, stop.
What the hell?
Pedophiles go on like chat rooms and they gather information.
Find kids because they're watching YouTube.
No, they used to go online to a chat website and like lure little kids to, hey, my name is Billy, I'm 11, can I play at your house, blah blah blah, and then that's, you know what I mean, and they get information from kids.
Okay.
And so to prevent pedophiles from being able to gather information from kids, that's what added another felony at the federal level to stop them. What happened is that this department, like, they've added that, and they have a Department of Government, which, law enforcement's got software that cleans up on these pedophiles real quick now. So they don't even need this department. They're trying to justify their jobs. So what they did was, you know what? By you having YouTube algorithms that determine if a video is more likely to be watched by children, to tailor the ads to your clients, you're gathering information about children, and we get to step in and fine you. And so now you have to designate if something is for children or is not for children.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's just a big...
That's weird. Well, I mean, I guess, yeah, I mean, it's just, technology brings out a lot of weird shit that's people are talking about changing right now. Some of the shit that, like Bernie Sanders, I think, supports, and I can't disagree with him. He supports this shit where, like, your OEMs, the farmers are the ones that really got the big voice on right now, because, like, their tractors from John Deere and Cat and shit are all locked up. They can't see in the program, they can't adjust, they can't tell what's wrong with their shit without calling the OEMs service guys.
Gotcha.
It's a lot more expensive. Give you bullshit. You gotta be able to fix your own stuff. So Bernie Sanders is one of them that supports that thought, is to make it like against the law for OEMs to lock down their computer technology. Basically copyrighted and fucking trademarked and patents on it and stuff. So that's what they're using to say they don't have to let you into it.
True. But they created a system.
But then guys can't fix their own shit, so if the thing just don't start one day, could need a goddamn spark plug or something, right? You know, if you could see in that computer, you might be able to tell it's something that simple. And instead, they got to ship it to some guy, ship it back, big equipment on the roads, tearing up the roads. Costs you could send it $1,000. It could cost $1,000, maybe each way, probably each way, to go get a spark plug, diagnosed. I mean, that's kind of the weird scenario, but the point is, if you you can't even make yourself capable of doing that repair unless you can work around the computer. Do it old school.
It's not a postman, sorry. We were talking about this earlier. Like, there's like 9 postmen on my street.
Yeah, there's a lot of mailmen around here.
Yeah.
I don't understand. That's why I haven't gotten mail in 3 days, I think. It's because they're all over here delivering mail.
Can I come outside now?
In just a little bit, honey.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now with Amazon, they probably deliver like one section of the city a week. Or, each day of the week.
Yeah, Amazon, that guy had to make 2 loads. We had some packages dropped off, and he's like, do this. You can't take your mail at the same time. Amazon's tracking this. We have to get the Amazon orders delivered first.
You're kidding me. That's ridiculous. Amazon this. Amazon that.
What's wrong with Amazon? Jeff Bezos donates money, right?
Who?
He's the guy that owns Amazon.
Oh, Amazon?
Yeah.
Yeah, but, donating money's like giving people free anything. You know what I mean?
Right.
People are worse off when they get too much free shit.
Yeah, they just spend it on dumb shit.
Yeah. dumb shit, and they're still broke all the time.
Yeah. They don't pay off
Right?
credit
And then
card debts.
Their health degrades, and they'll end up. Not only that, they're not out having a fucking life, so their health degrades, and then they're shot. It was all for what? Getting something free that wasn't enough to live. Fuck.
Yeah. You break it down though. I mean, what does it break down to? Like, you break down.
You didn't get to imagine how many people never see the fucking Grand Canyon because they're never ever going to be anywhere near the kind of expendable money to do something like that. Or
on a regular basis. So you do that if you were on a regular basis, but when you get like a stimulus check and you don't spend...
Yeah, but that's not what they're going to go do.
No. They're not going to pay their rent. They're not going to go to the Grand Canyon. Well, they shouldn't be using a stimulus check to go to the Grand Canyon. You're supposed to pay your bills while they can't work.
A lot of it's going to go to fucking, drugs.
Dude, it's going to go to drugs. It's going to go to alcohol. And it definitely is going to go to Walmart, television, electronics section. That's why That's why I call
it the biggest TV when that's all you're doing anymore.
Yeah, but you're also neglectful parents. So at the same time, your kid throws the newest, greatest toy you bought for him to shut him up. He gets mad at you because you're still not paying attention to your kid, and he picks up that toy and he throws it through your 70-inch flat screen that you bought with last year's tax return check, and now you have to go and use your stimulus check because...
Oh, that was old. You just went a whole different direction. I don't even think I was knocking on that door, Dopey. But...
Sorry. I get lost in these rabbit holes, and then I pop up somewhere else in the yard.
Right.
Found myself a mole hole.
Need one of the big hammers like whack-a-mole.
Put me in my place. Boom! All right, I'm back at the beginning of the tunnel. Where are we? Let's go.
Yeah, I wish I had one of those big air-filled ones from the carnival right now, but the rate we're going, there won't be no goddamn carnival this year.
We're not gonna have a carnival?
No.
Fuck.
No, and I just, my brother, his wife, my sister-in-law, told me yesterday that over in Russia, the circus has bears that ride bikes. I probably knew when I was a kid that
Dude, I
was
knew
like
that.
something I'd seen,
When
but
I think
forgot about that.
Yeah, bears that ride.
That is freaking awesome.
Yeah, the Russian bear. That's what they always...
Bears.
Yeah, they call them Russian bears.
Riding a goddamn bicycle. I know human beings can't ride a bicycle.
Human beings used to not be able to swim when I
But
found
watching it, so he looked it up, showed me some videos off YouTube, and I saw bears riding bikes, doing all kinds of crazy stuff. And it's just awesome when you watch a giant bear do stuff. It's hilarious.
Yeah, I think that's why Tiger King is the number
really
one you watch
soothing
show.
And enjoyable for some reason because it's just a big bear. It's supposed to. What is going on back there? Is it Burger screwing around?
No, it's not Burger. It's just some lady got dropped off and they started singing some nursery rhyme in their car.
What are there people actually saying? I don't know, they're playing it. It's probably some stupid thing their kid goes to bed to or something.
Yeah, well, CPS is taking the kid back to custody.
Right, something. Nah, they're not doing any of that. I'm amazed crime seems to be maintaining at a low level.
It is maintaining at a low level, and you know what? I guessed.
But it might be the carbon dioxide in the mask, so maybe that's what they meant to do.
Dude, that's what I was going to get to earlier. Was you ever security teams will remove in big office buildings? They have the ability to shut down airflow to furnace and stuff that circulated and airflow.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so essentially they give those guys direct access to that. They shut down the furnace. If anything, you know what I mean? They'll shut down the airflow because the lack of oxygen will actually take most of the fight right out of you.
Mm-hmm.
So
right.
So I think that's
just go to sleep.
So they just put this mask on.
And you only got like 10 hostages in your phone.
Put this mask on, and it is going to knock you the fuck out. That's a great idea.
Mm-hmm.
That's what is it? Fluoride, the shit they put in the water. It's supposed to actually make you less rebellious. They say there's a bunch of conspiracies on it. They say that they say that fluoride is supposed to be better for building letting calcium build your enamel on your teeth and all that other stuff. And the dentist is always the one that prescribes fluoride for people that have wells that don't have high fluoride concentrations in them, because wells shouldn't have any fluoride concentration in them. Mm-hmm. It's a man-made product that's added. It's not found in nature. But there's a lot of conspiracy theorists that believe that because fluoride is part of fluorine gas, which is one of the noble elements, but it's also poisonous to humans.
Oh.
So why are you poisoning people? And people say that different experiments were done over time with fluorine and stuff like that, and it actually just suppresses people's will. It just makes you just not want to fight back.
But isn't it funny that
But
when,
they
like,
call it a medical thing that they add to the water across the country.
right?
And Hitler, I think Hitler, one of those guys started this shit. Stalin, one of them did the experiments on it. Was like, let's add it to the water supply.
Yeah.
But that's all conspiracy theory, you know what I mean? It's shit that I just like. I get down a rabbit hole on Facebook and there I am.
Though, like years down the road, at some point, somebody has to, like, when someone, whether even if they say something and you think it's ridiculous, but if you don't know why they made a law, you have to have somewhere where you can go and read the context of it being made.
Right. No, usually you have to wait till a law gets so downtrodden by the citizens hating it that they have to take it in front of a judge, and then it finally goes to the Supreme Court or something, and then a Supreme Court justice is writing an explanation on it, the pros, the cons, the ruling, and then they write it and it goes in a big book, and then you read about it that way before a law. Usually there's minutes.
I'm talking about after. I'm talking 200 years later.
Yeah.
If you're questioning a law, how do you go back and find out why it was made in the first place and decide if
you'd have to find in our shit, you'd have to find the minutes on it, and how well did they take the minutes? Was it brief topics? Well, it wasn't play by play. You know what I mean? Like that's.
But I mean, if somebody wanted to contest,
you'd have to do it and then
you think
go.
There's fucking transcriptions still of like the beginning of the creation of this country. Like, is that what? Were they that worried about recording history that they kept minutes on that shit the day it started?
No, I think that's why they kept. I think that they had just basic minutes, like things you kind of
sure
showed you
on a thumb drive. Well,
Robert. I don't know how old Robert is, who wrote Robert's Rules. You know what I mean? But like, I'm guessing that guy existed way back.
Robert's Rules. Is that like what we set up the council and all that shit on?
Everything is almost every meeting is set up on and across the country. It's Robert's Rules of Order. It's like the accepted standard.
Google knows what the hell Robert it was.
Robert
I
de Bruce.
all about it.
I bet you it predates the Magna Carta, Robert's Rules. You know what I mean? Parliament had to set up. I'm sure Robert was some English dude.
Really? Yeah, but he wouldn't have gone by Robert.
A buddy of mine from
somebody cooler than that.
A buddy of mine from St. Mary's, PA. Is that a place? That's a place.
Yeah.
Yeah. He looks like Sylvester Stallone. He's a chiropractor, and he doesn't. What is it? He told me all about like U.S. law, and everything is based on maritime law, so it's based on the sea and stuff like that. So.
Yeah.
Hey neighbor.
How you doing?
So, no, it's like maritime law is all based on the sea and like nautics and captains.
Right.
Like one of the earliest places they have recorded law is
really?
what he was saying, because that's why they call it maritime law, because we weren't like recording them in small groups of people when you were on a ship with a bunch of guys. Like you needed some rule and order, and that's where they get a lot of that stuff from.
Oh, really?
And this is not like firsthand professional. He's a chiropractor, right? Like he's just very versed on this. He's like, no, I'm my own entity. If somebody comes to you with a warrant and says, my name is Kevin, capital K, capital E, capital V, capital I, capital N, and he goes through it and he goes, listen, what if you're Kevin with a lowercase v? They're calling you by your maritime name. And like he was going into this whole like how it was all structured. So he's like, listen, he's like, but you have to go off the grid from everything. You can't, if you subscribe to a driver's license, now you are that entity you were accepting to be. And so he's like, yeah, so you can like live outside the system and be sovereign. It's real weird.
Yeah, I don't think I.
No, he was. I was like, so you got your medical degree in being a chiropractor? I know they gotta have some kind of a chiropractor's like doctorates or something.
Yeah.
And he goes, I don't have to, man. He sounded like a yogi. He started talking like a yogi. So.
What is a yogi?
A guy that practices yoga, like just one of those. I'm down to earth, man.
I don't
subscribe
like
to anybody else's shit.
I don't know anybody like that.
No, well,
No.
I mean, but you can imagine like a stereotypical kind of like a character.
I could. It's
Hollywood generated.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, no.
So current events.
Okay, yeah.
This is our anchor. Current events.
Current events.
So they had. So after doing it at Home Depot, and I get mad. Tell him off, and I get mad, and I leave Home Depot. I just leave Home Depot.
We're going back that far, huh?
Well, the next thing is yesterday. My for COVID. My little like.
Yeah, let's go to yesterday.
Yes, that's what I'm jumping to. We're just picking up where we left off.
Okay, yeah.
Given to I picked this little jewel. Like, we need some like little shining bright of hope. You know, like this is. I said, you know, hey, 4 COVID. Should have done 3 COVID, like 2 days afterwards. But I was still in kind of like denial that the shit was. I'm not saying it's not real. I'm not saying it is real. Like this, like before it set in that this is a thing that is going to just indoctrinate the country. That we all just sit down and just give up.
Wait for the wave to pass.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I get it. Yeah.
They just, I don't know. It just threw me off. It was very.
That wave's never coming for us.
No.
No, it's gonna be like. You remember the wave pools at the amusement parks?
Yeah,
the
the splash parks. Yeah.
Yeah, so like, whenever the thing turned off, you get like these shit waves that slow it down,
Yeah.
And then when it'd start up, like, you never knew when it was really starting up because there's just all this chaos going on, making little waves. And it's just, for us, we're never getting a big wave. Which, I mean, it's good for, the people that work at the hospital and people that don't want to die that are susceptible.
Right.
But for the rest of us, it's going to make it drag out for frickin' ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you'll probably never go in a nursing home again anywhere without a mask on, ever, no matter what happens with this.
Yeah.
So less people are going to go visit grandma.
Yeah, because then all of a sudden they have to, like...
Right, I mean, they weren't really trying too hard to go before, but all they need is an excuse. They're not going to see grandma.
Just...
There may be a lot of places we go where... you can't be in groups bigger than a certain size and shit when you're out to dinner. It might seem ridiculous to us, but
and it'll be a way of life. Kids who won't remember any of this going down will just be like,
it'll just be the way they live.
They'll just be like, yeah, no, what do you mean? Like, no, we can't. Well, dude, it's already a triple double date, right? Like, it's that triple date, You got 3 friends, you know what I mean? Like, oh, we already got 6. This ain't no quad shit. We can't fit 8 people at a restaurant, like, because they're growing up with it, like it's a real thing. But you know what I mean? It's just. So yesterday was the barbecue, and I just throw it out there on Facebook at like 11 o'clock in the morning, 10:30 in the morning.
Facebook, that's how you got the riot going on.
Yeah, start the riot, man. just knocked out a CO right in the middle of everybody, and they're just like, whoa, riot?
Right, yeah. They're gonna haul your ass in.
Yeah, no, I went to, I had one buddy coming over to help me split wood, and so I posted on Facebook, and a bunch of people just texted me like, hey man, sorry, my wife was going to freak out if I show up to that.
Really?
Yeah, I had a bunch of people like that.
You'd always leave up the wives to shut it down.
Yeah, I mean,
June
was like, well, I guess, if Jonesy's coming to help you tomorrow with, splitting wood, and, we could do a barbecue, blah, blah, blah. And, like, that was what the permission I was given. So I was like, all right, well, we're having a barbecue. Click. And I just sent it on Facebook. I knew she was going to be mad. And she was like, hey, listen, you got people texting me telling me they're sorry they can't make our party. Because I told them to RSVP. Well, apparently, like, within the midst of all that, people were just like, you're a jerk.
Oh, yeah, people are really scared, man. My dad, he don't want to see nothing to do with me.
Yeah?
No. He's just holed up at home, and that's how it's staying.
Yeah?
He's probably got his guns loaded. And
just, like, lock the door and just...
He's chilling.
Yeah?
Yeah. I mean, hope he don't get super bored. He's retired anyway.
Yeah.
Now he's...
You know, rewire his house
about
again.
Not being able to go places.
Yeah.
No, he really can't. He'll find shit to do though.
Yeah. No. So, but apparently, like, I get phone calls and stuff like, hey, there's been a report required, like against you. You're having 25 to 40 people starting at 4 o'clock at your house, and I'm thinking like, the Facebook post didn't say any of this. Mm-hmm. It said 4 something, like, you know what I mean?
Really?
Like,
it really was like that, huh?
Yeah, and it was like, I didn't say any of this, and it's like, yeah, like, report's been filed, blah, 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 like the procedure goes this way, they send police out to investigate, blah, 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 it's, So, like, I'm starting to make phone calls, like, the cops show up, and it's like, hey, is anybody here? Like, yeah, I got a buddy help me split wood. I said, nobody else really wants to show up.
Did you have anything cooking?
No, I said I am going to pull out and make burgers later. You know what I mean? Like the guy, the guy's helped me split wood. Yeah. Well, I told him we're going to have a little barbecue here at the house. He's helped me split wood, and that's essential. That's like, listen, it's not a gathering. Mm-hmm. It's one guy coming over to help you work on your house. Like that's
right. And we're going to have a gathering.
I was gone.
Oh man, if the block showed up, you'd have been pounding it.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yes.
My other theory was though that I can.
Doherty.
The other theory is that I can rent my house.
You're like the guy.
The
They
dude.
yelled at you. You're just on the other side of the fence.
Yeah.
You realize it all depends on what shoes you're wearing.
Yeah, I guess.
You know what I mean? Like everybody who won a war is the good guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's just the way it works.
Nobody came and yelled at me, though. They were like, listen, like, you know what I mean? Like, it was one of those things. It's like, listen, we have to come if there's a complaint. You call the cops and say, I hear my neighbor beating his wife. Like, they send a cop car. Like, it doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Eventually, like, being human, you're just like, listen, it's old Jeff again, and he's hearing his neighbor who, the nicest people ever. You know what I mean? And it's like, they just keep showing up. So it's like, but, they have to. They have to make their report. It's their due diligence. It's due process. Like, it's how the system works. Instead of show up like, hey, yeah, no, you're splitting wood. Like, 'cause splitting wood is actually essential. Like, it's not like, hey, there's guys painting my house. Like, oh, that's not essential. So, but like splitting wood, repairing lumber, things like, you know what I mean? The carpentry aspect, electrical, plumbing, most of those things are essential because they're a necessity to keep your house up to compliant with human life. Even patching a roof leak. Now the siding's got a little bit of a hole in it, critters can get in. Like, yeah, I mean, it's, you patch it, carpentry, and you don't need to paint it right now. It's cosmetic. But, I don't know, it's just, they showed up. My buddy left, and after burgers, and another buddy showed up. Like, you can have a guest at your house. You can have one guest. And like, so many people called me, because then I retaliated, because one person posted on there, like, oh, if anybody sees, an elected official flouting the law, if they think this is not right, you should call this 1-800 number. So we got a complaint.
They put that on your post?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Yeah. And then then I get the rain of phone calls from the health department and the police stop by, and there were people whose dicks were hard. They were going to get you, Doherty. They were
going to get your ass.
They were like, oh, he screwed up. Maybe this time we'll throw him in the slammer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, but that was that's what pissed me off. It was just that.
Hey, Daddy.
Hey, honey.
Can I take my toy outside?
Yeah, we'll give you in 10 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, you should probably wrap up this thing anyway.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I don't know. That's what a podcast is, man.
It's cold.
It's great. It's
getting
legit.
cold.
I know. I'm cutting glass over here.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like Cuomo.
Oh, man, he sucks.
He does suck. Why is he the face of that? That's why we need to wrap this up. Why is he the face of this thing?
He's governor of New York.
I know that, but like he should have you don't have kids that are relatively my kids' age.
Rubber face. And not only that, he looks like a mob.
To you,
he probably is one.
No,
so
that's why I don't trust him. But he if like there's this kids show or movie called Zootopia, like it's like about like it's New York City, but it's like a New York City called Zootopia, and all the animals are different characters in it.
Yeah.
They all live in harmony, right?
Yeah.
The mayor of Zootopia is a lion. And he's a predator animal, right? And like so, like there's certain things, but his secretary / like his lieutenant governor is a sheep, and everyone trusts a sheep. Everyone respects the lion.
Trust the sheep.
Everyone trusts the lion. Yeah. They respect the lion, and they understand his power and give him the ability to rule and be in charge. But you don't trust them like the sheep. Right. Why would the sheep lie to you? You know what I mean? Like, oh, it's such an innocent thing, right? That's what it is. Like, you really need to, like, Cuomo is this thing that you're like, I have to respect you because you're the governor, but you look like a schmuck. You don't look like you're telling the truth ever. Like, I don't believe you. I think you're just a liar. That's what you got to be. You're a liar. You're a mob boss. You kill people and then you tell me that everything's gonna be all right. Pasta fangu. You know what I mean? Like. And that's really what I like. You just look at him and he looks like a mob boss. And then you're telling me
sounds like a grandmother for some reason when he talks.
Yeah.
Sounds like somebody's grandmother.
And he gets down. Like I look at him and I just like, you're not trustworthy. And then you look at like he should just have a lieutenant governor that is very just like, well, so we're really trying our best and we're doing this. Like if somebody talked to me like that. Hey, I would be like, you know what? This person's a putz and they're not doing it well. but she's not lying, right? Like, but you say the same words through Cuomo, and I'm like, he's doing it better, but he still fucking sucks. And he did this right, but the rest of this shit is now he's getting to like unconstitutional. Stomp all over my face, why don't you? You know what I mean? Like send the Gestapo in and let's do this. And I mean that's my biggest, one of my biggest beefs is the whole like civil liberties thing. Like, listen, like to what point? Like I get like pandemics happening, right? Like, well, if there's a pandemic happening, it's wiping out 75% of the population. I could see you getting this extreme, but if it's covering less than 50%, like less than 30%, right. Like I don't think that we need to go to this extreme.
Like we get pissed about the global warming we're supposedly causing.
Yeah,
and I mean I can't. I'm sure we are. It's pretty sweet. You can get on the Bradford Pipe. Bradford, you know where that is? Pipe shop.
Yeah. I think so.
They've been in business there.
They're right down by Case Cutlery.
Yeah.
Or the Zippo display room or something. Yeah.
I think they've been there over like 103 fucking years or something. And there's a date. There's a date on this column that holds the fucking building up, and it's every year the date of the first snow every year since like 1917 or some shit.
Oh really?
Yeah.
And they keep writing it on the pipe?
They keep writing it on it's like a boxed in pipe, and they write on the painted wood.
Oh, okay.
So the record's there for 100.
Gotcha, I was going to say, they have some guy come every year and engrave it or something.
It was not uncommon. Like, you look back early, and there were Septembers.
Yeah.
That were the first snows. And somewhere in the 2000s, we crossed this border where there was nothing less than December for the first snow. It's pushing winter back, so it starts way later than it used to. But anyway, that's not what I was getting at. What were we talking about before that?
Rabbit holes. Civil liberties and...
Yeah, I have no idea.
So we were talking about civil liberties and how they're trampling on them, and if it was killing more of the population, then I could understand them trying to take it for emergency purposes. And then you were saying that...
So where I'm going with this is that... So like
before you know it, December's the
thing is an indicator that, it's not what convinced me. I mean, I'm a science guy. I believe it anyway. I believe that the global warming shit is warming up the fucking planet. I'm waiting for some goddamn palm trees to start growing out of my front lawn.
Yeah.
Anyway, so pandemics, though, like, how can we say they don't create balance in the world? By us trying to fucking survive every goddamn thing that exists.
Global warming.
Like, it comes through and cleans up once in a while. How are our genetics supposed to evolve? Otherwise, over time, all we'll be is something we'll be born and have to be hooked up to a machine to live our life laying in a goddamn bed because we became so genetically fucked and worthless that we never medicine kept us alive.
That's like spot on. That's like that. We're going against Darwin. Like, everyone's like, yeah, Darwin, that's a good idea. And then we think about it like, well, I don't want to watch that little group of kittens starve to death. Like, well, but...
Like, everything we do is bad for us.
Now what number is it?
I don't know.
Like, the day humans became farmers, we started going down the road that was worse for us.
It's 5.
Okay.
Could have sworn I looked at my watch much.
I'm not saying we should all go back to being hunters and gatherers. But that's when it started, when we became farmers.
Yeah. No,
we just intensify everything as we come up with new technology and shit. We have to know less. Think about it. You can people ask their phone anything. Man, you don't have to know anything. So you can be just this blob fucking born. It doesn't have to learn shit because you can just look it up on your goddamn phone.
So
you don't have to
retain it. Because like I'll look up something on my phone and I'll remember it. And the only thing that is true of that matches your reality, but this is me, right? Like, is the fact that like every year when it comes to like which direction should the fans spin for the ceiling fan for winter or summer?
What direction?
Yeah, there's a setting. One blows down and creates a winter day or a summer day, and it's feeling cooling.
Yeah, I know, right.
And then there's one that draws it up slowly at a slower speed. So, but I always have to look that up because that's the one thing that like I've done it so much and I've tried to retain it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm the same way. My brain, so like something that I can easily look up, I can't remember. I cannot remember.
Yeah.
Or if I don't consider it to be important, I have a hard time. Like if I think it's like so meaningless of a
thing to know,
memory or whatever the hell you want to, or of an operation or whatever.
Right. It just should be.
Then I don't remember it.
Yeah. No, I don't hear you. I just, yeah.
Like phone numbers. Like
See, I remember.
I can remember when I was a kid. I grew up remembering numbers.
Yeah.
I can remember my best friends.
See, I don't remember new ones.
Home, my grandmother's. No, I can't remember new ones now.
I don't remember new ones now, but like I know certain numbers because I remember all my bank account numbers. Mm-hmm. Like every bank account for every little company I have and whatever, and you know, I remember those, and then I only deal with 2 banks, so like I only have to remember 2 routing numbers. Yeah. So like I can pay bills over the phone depending on what company and what account, and like you got some sub accounts, like I have escrow accounts for security deposits for tenants. Mm-hmm. Like I put them there, they don't get spent, they're safe, they're whatever, they're non-interest bearing, it's blah 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 blah. Mm-hmm. So, but I put them, I forget those accounts. I know what bank they're on. I know the social security number related to that company that they're bringing them up, and they can usually find them for me. Like, listen, I need you to look up this account number, but I don't know the account number. I need to find it, and that's where we're going to pull a security deposit out or make a deposit for one or whatever. Those are the only ones I don't remember, but it's the ones I use every day. I've got like 7 or 8 companies in my head that I remember all the account numbers for and the 2 routing numbers. She's like performing Shakespeare over there.
God, she is too. Yeah, Hamlet over there with like a.
She's got like a doll head or something. Yeah. Was that Hamlet? Did he grab the skull, right?
The play
to live or not
Hamlet,
to live?
Right?
That is the question. Or to be or not to be?
Isn't it Shakespeare? Isn't the play called Hamlet? Or
the
something?
play is called Hamlet. Well, who held up the skull and life, or you know?
Where the fuck the actor was, I guess.
To be or not to be?
Shakespeare himself, was it?
No, Shakespeare. Because Shakespeare, I don't think Shakespeare was a real person. I think it was a collaboration.
See, that's some of that shit that I don't remember, but I could look it up if I needed to. But it don't even matter.
Does that make you smart or dumb? Does that really? I think that's inconsequentially useless information.
Right. Well, but I mean, so then we have to change our idea of who a really smart person is. So maybe you're fucking just genius at
because I'm
whatever
practical?
it is you enjoy or do, but somebody who's really smart, they know everything.
Do they know everything?
Right. No, I mean they do. I'm saying they do. There's people way smarter than us. We'll never even meet because they're so goddamn smart.
I mean, they got them locked away. They could.
No, they're not locked away. They're separated by.
No, like, they're locked away from. We're locked away from them.
Wealth and social status. I mean, they got street cred we can't even get near.
Yeah.
We don't hang out with those people. They're not. We're never going to eat where they eat. And then so, people that make it in the world, they get an opportunity to make one of those kinds of people as their friend.
Yeah.
Whether they're rich because they're like an entertainer,
and then
a rock band or a musician, or fucking really smart motherfucking people like Einstein. They are rock stars of science.
Yeah.
And so we don't get near them. Because they don't eat where they eat. They probably have drivers that drive them around and shit. They're just that fucking badass.
What about lucky stupid people?
There's a lot of lucky stupid people.
Like the lucky stupid people that like win the lotto twice and then they get into that realm and then they just look at you like...
It don't matter though. The universe balances shit out. People like that, like half of them probably die because they got that money.
Yeah, they just go on a coke bender or something.
They all scratch the tickets wanting to win $10 million, but they could die 2 weeks later because they just went fucking nuts. You know?
Just, what am I going to do with all this money?
You know,
what am I going to do with all this money?
And the last thing... You couldn't give each of us like $100 million. People who have, like Trump and that, they have billions, and they do what he does and that. I mean, people can talk all the shit they want, but he has got to be genuinely a good person. Because if either of us had like $5 billion, or our value was $5 billion, we would do some crazy shit with that money and just be nuts.
Yeah. And
he didn't. He's not. He has $5 billion, or he's worth $5 billion, and he's not doing that crazy ass shit.
Yeah.
People say some of the shit he does is crazy, but it ain't what all of us would do with $5 billion.
Yeah.
Because I can tell you what, we would do some crazy ass shit.
Yeah, we would do. Yeah, like the Dave Chappelle.
If we even survived it, it'd be amazing.
3.
We'd live through it.
No, I know that. Like
spend it all.
The Dave Chappelle reparations bitch. You ever see that one? Where they were like, listen,
sure.
the government is giving out reparations, and everybody got like $100,000 or whatever the bit was, and then they were like, what are you going to spend your money on? He's like, I'm rich, bitch, and then he drives that truck full of cigarettes, like he's just got a.
He bought a whole truck of cigarettes?
Bought a whole truck of cigarettes. Like, they were like Lucky Stripes. They just drove the Lucky Stripes truck away. Like, I just bought cigarettes for life, son. Like,
oh my God. You know, but see, the thing is, he'd be fucked too. All his buddies would just be coming to get free cigarettes all the time.
Yeah.
He'd make friends that he never had before.
Yeah, but, yeah. No, I know.
Same shit. I don't care how you cut that.
Yeah.
You know? There's people that were cut out to have that kind of money, and we weren't at them.
Yeah.
Bad shit would go down. I'm not saying like illegal shit. I'm just saying we would live a lifestyle that would kill us.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man.
Or there's a good chance of it. I mean,
If I had $1 million,
but there'd be some serious change in your brain structure.
Dude, bare naked ladies. If I had $1 million,
yeah, right,
I'd buy you a house, or I'd buy you what was it? I'd buy you all those little
kinds of shit.
Kraft macaroni and cheeses with
Right.
little hot dogs in it. You know, yeah, you eat that every day for the rest of your life, and guess what? So,
life wouldn't be very long. That's why. Who's that?
it looks like
One of your friends?
Alan.
Sorry, Mr. Shindig yesterday.
Oh, you're good, buddy.
I was liking the comments, though.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Fucking people are fucking... What's up?
Yeah, we're doing a 420 podcast.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Cool, man.
Happy 420, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
Take it easy.
Yep. See you, buddy. Oh, Quinn's waiting for me to say one
Well,
or
I'm
something.
freezing too.
All right. It's been like 20.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, hey, Life22 signing out. I got Jason the mechanic. Hopefully, you're more of a regular on the show.
Maybe.
All right, guys.
Take it easy.
Don't forget to see Uncle Tony, and don't forget to pick up your 360 camera today.